Good afternoon. It's August 25th, 2023. We got about 42 minutes until market close. Um, and today, really just a range day. Um, we've been in this uptrend, though, I guess all morning. So, I mean, I just think that, prices broke out to the high side and the low side, and now they're on the high side. Here's how it looks on the daily chart. So, I think we just bounced off that level of support, finding some resistance at the midline. Um, but other than that, uh, nothing. It's not really clear. We could have this massive rally up to the EMA. I feel like if this closes bullish, it wouldn't be a bad idea to, maybe buy a contract and ride it to the EMA. But we'll see how this ends up. I think we're in a range right now. Hard to say what's going to happen. But let's take a look at these trades. So I think in the overnight we were working up in this trend. Uh, oh, this is before 5 o'clock. It's right before 5 o'clock. So maybe you take this one. There's a second entry long. Um, so you get a higher low off the trend line that confirms the trend line, and this might be a little steeper. Yeah, that's probably it. That midline looks more accurate. But you're going into this like quadruple top right there, so it's risky. But maybe you take that. Ends up being a good move. You get two legs of correction before we make a move to a new high, and then we just go sideways. And I don't see anything that I particularly like in here. You got a double test right here, but it's clearly a range. And at that point, I'm thinking we're going to test the lows. So I don't really like that so much. Eventually, we break out to the low side, come back, hit the midline, break out to the low side again, and then you get a lot of bullish buying. And then you get this super bearish lower high. I think you got to take that because this looks like first time breakout that's going to fail. I mean, it could just keep going higher, but I like the look of this setup. Ends up being a really good move. And then we come down and we bounce at the midline. And I think this was a news item that sent it rocketing up. And, maybe this is the break, two legs up to a new high. Maybe this is the break, move to a new high. And then we just sell straight down. You got a break, move to a new low, but then you got a two-legged pullback. And they trap people taking a second or two-legged pullback right here. But we made a new low, so you want to be careful. It still looks like a two-legged pullback right here, and I think you have to take this really bearish bar. I don't like this lower high because of how close it is to these lows. So we come down here, and this looks like a two-legged pullback as well, but we already have a new low in place. But I'm thinking we're at least testing this closing price from yesterday. So that ends up working, but we just go sideways for the most part there. And then we come here, and you technically get a second entry here, and it's clearly like a triple test, but there's a lot of overlap, so I'm not crazy about it. It ends up being a really good move. You get this spike and channel down, break, we go sideways, and we chop down to a new low, and then you get a reversal pattern. I like how bullish this bar is, and then how bullish this bar is. And it doesn't look perfect, but it looks like a similar level of breakout. We didn't hit the measured move up here. We didn't hit the measured move down here. It's reasonable, a reasonable buy, I think. Rockets up, so we get this leg. So when we correct and we reverse, maybe look for that measured move there. Look at all that buying coming in. and then you get a second entry long. So maybe that's your target. And you can see for the most part, that's where people were taking profits, also at the opening price. Then we correct, and you get this 1, 2 double test. So maybe you take that one. I'm not crazy about it, but maybe you take it. You can see a lot of people did like it. Looks like we probably got a measured move right there. Then we get this move into this range, and then we go higher, and we're back at the overnight highs. And you can see it's like curving out, and you get this second entry short, bearish bar. Maybe you take it. Again, a lot of overlap, not an ideal setup. So we're going back and forth. Come here, we sell off, and you get a first entry, failed second entry long, but I don't think you can take it. You're going right into that midline. Maybe take the second entry long to ride it back to the EMA. That works. But eventually we break lower. For people who have studied Al Brooks, you got this breakout channel into a range, and then it reverses. You got this triple test right here. This looks pretty darn good. And that forms a spike in channel. And yeah, so we're going higher right now. This was a really strong move up. I looked at this channel. Turns out the measured move, it all matches up. So I'm thinking that maybe this is a channel, and we're making a new high on that channel after our break. So I don't think you want to take any of these. That's actually a new low right here. So that's not a failure or anything. This looked like an overshoot to me, but we end up testing this price level. Then we correct back to the trend line. To me, that looks like it's just a break and a move to a new high. And that's a third entry. So they trap people. See, I really like this in real time, this failure, but it looks like it only gets you a scalp. Then we go to a new high, first entry, second entry. Maybe if you're expecting a new high because you were looking at the channel like this with the measured move, maybe you take that second entry long. But that's where we're at right now. Looks like prices are about to make a new high. I was expecting 2 legs down because I saw this overshoot to a break to a new high. Bearish selling. I thought we were going to make another leg down, but it doesn't look like it now. So that's how I saw it today. I hope everyone had a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow.